In terms of roadways and other infrastructure, Minister Morgan would have said that we have already allocated $400 million. Again, we have to be cautious. When do we make the allocation? And when do we commit the public expenditure? I think we have a good measure right now, and we have done a good balance in giving all constituencies a minimum threshold of about $3 million, and that is to be used for drain cleaning or other civil works that is necessary to prevent flooding and landslides if possible. As the storm comes closer and we are able to project the areas that are going to be specifically impacted, then we will consider making other allocations. Now, I want here to say that the government does not have an unlimited source of revenues to respond to this event. But in the last 10 years, Jamaica can say that it has achieved a certain level of fiscal resilience, meaning we are able to respond to disasters, particularly without necessarily borrowing. And that is because we have, one, put contingencies in the budget. Two, we have a disaster fund that is funded, and we have parametric insurance that is in effect, and we have catastrophe bonds that are in effect, and we have certain borrowing arrangements conditional on a disaster. And so we have lined up quite systematically the financing for dealing with and responding effectively to natural disaster. And that is a feature of this administration. It didn't really exist in this significant way before now. And we intend that this will continue, which is why I started at the point that it is important that we manage the disaster such that it is not of a greater impact on our economy because of any lack of management of the disaster. And that is what your administration is doing. Yes, it will have an impact, but we're going to use management to minimize the impact so that we can continue to grow. It will have an impact on our growth, but if it is not managed well, the impact will be even greater. And so the response the citizens of the country should know, it's not just about how we get food to people who don't have it during the disaster, and how do we get water to people who don't have it right after the disaster, and how do we make